All right, so you have data in Excel and you need to move it into SPSS. What do you need to do? The first thing you need to do is pop into Excel and open up your datasheet. Then you need to check some things in there before you try to move it. The first thing you want to make sure is that you only have one row that has variable names on it. If you have, sometimes you'll have variable names that go down onto the second row. That's very confusing to SPSS. It's only going to check the very first row for variable names. So make sure your variable names are in a single row. Starting with row 2 should be your data. The other thing you want to make sure is that if you have variables that should be numeric, like age in this case should be numeric, you want to make sure everything that's in that column is actually a number. So for this person, they wrote in over 20. Well, that's also going to confuse SPSS. It's going to assume this is non-numeric data and it's going to put it in as a string, which will make it so that you can't add or subtract or run means, things like that. So you want to go ahead and change that. In this case, I don't know what over 20 means. It could be 20 and 1 month. It could be 95. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in as a 99 for missing data. I'll need to tell SPSS about that when I get there. Do the same process through the rest of your data. Make sure that anything that should be numeric is numeric and that everything else looks clean. At that point, you're ready to go. Go ahead and save that database and close it and open up SPSS. That's going to take a minute. All right, now that SPSS is open, I'd go ahead and cancel out of this one and go to File, Open Data. Maybe. Open Data. And here we want to take files of type. Use that drop-down menu and select Excel. Perfect. Now we're just going to go and search for the document we're looking for. I think mine is saved in totally random file. Great. Now I've found it. It's going to pop up with a message that asks you what sheet do you actually want to use. Sometimes in an Excel spreadsheet you might have, sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So that's all it's checking for here. If you only have one, you can just hit OK. You can use the drop-down menu to see what other sheets there are. In this case, there was only data on the first sheet. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on OK. It'll do its magic for a minute, and there you have it. Notice that whatever we had in that first row, like ID, age, etc., is now in as variable labels. The rest of our information is in as our data. If we pop over, remember we changed that one to a 99. SPSS doesn't know yet that that's a missing value, so pop over to Variable View, find that variable, in this case it was age, and let it know that that missing value should be 99. Discrete missing value, just go ahead and type in a 99. Okay. Do that for any other variables that you need. Take a peek through and see if everything looks okay. Probably good. Then you can save it at that point. And you should be ready to roll. Look for other titles on this YouTube channel, such as How do I reverse score an item, or How do I add items together to create scales or subscale scores. And if there are other things you need, feel free to send me a message and I'll create some new SPSS videos.